Good Saturday afternoon to you. I'm KSLA Chief Meteorologist Matt Jones with a winter storm update for the Arklatex. We've been tracking that freezing rain and sleet since early this morning, and that continues to fall across the area right now. We're starting to get a little bit of a break, though, as expected. We're expecting this to kind of come through in waves, and we were expecting a little bit of a lull to occur this afternoon, and that is exactly what's happening right now. So between now and, say, about 7 p.m. or so, we're going to see more light precip across the area. It doesn't mean it's going to completely end, because I don't think it's going to, but it's going to be much lighter. It'll be more like freezing drizzle, some mist, and some lighter showers across the area. So we're going to get a little bit of a lull in the winter storm, so to speak. But as we get into tonight, it looks like that heavy mixed precip is going to arrive, and it's really going to start to ramp up as we head through tonight. In fact, I think the peak of this winter storm is actually going to happen late tonight into Sunday morning. So for tonight, very, very dangerous travel expected. I think the worst of the winter storm will be tonight into early tomorrow morning. For Sunday, that mixed precip should end by about 9 o'clock or so in the morning, and then we should quiet down in the afternoon, but those roads are going to stay very icy and very dangerous throughout the day because temperatures are going to stay well below freezing. We're not going to warm up at all, and so, even as this winter precip comes to an end, those roadways are going to stay very treacherous. Same story on Monday morning. That Monday morning commute, if you do have to head into work, I know a lot of businesses and schools are already canceling, but if you do have to venture out Monday morning, roads are going to stay very treacherous, and we're talking wind chills that could be near or below zero as we head into Monday morning. All right, here's a look at FutureTrack. This is some new model data that just came into the Weather Center just a few minutes ago, so I want to share this with you, and it shows that the areas of freezing rain and sleet will continue through the later afternoon hours. This is 5 p.m. And then between about 5 and, say, 9 or 10 o'clock, that's when this starts to kind of ramp up once again. So there's 9 p.m. And notice off to our west, we have a more solid area of that winter mix. That's going to begin to make its way east as we head through the evening. And so again, the main round of this, I think, is going to arrive after midnight tonight and lasting into Sunday morning. And this is when we could see some pretty heavy freezing rain and sleet. And I wouldn't even be surprised if we get some thunder and lightning at the same time that we're getting that freezing rain. It's a very dynamic system coming through the area. And with that thunder and lightning and the freezing rain, that means intense freezing rainfall rates. And so I am concerned about tonight with some difficult travel, and I think those power outages could really start to ramp up overnight. It's going to be a rough start to our Sunday with the very dangerous conditions, and that should begin to move out by 9 a.m. And we should be pretty much done with this winter storm by noon on Sunday, looking much quieter for Sunday afternoon. But it's going to be cold and breezy, and the roads are still going to remain quite treacherous even as we head through Sunday afternoon. So winter storm warning does continue through 6 p.m. on Sunday for all the counties that you see there in pink. That's basically along the I-30 corridor. And then for the rest of our region, we have an ice storm warning that is in effect through 6 p.m. also on Sunday. These might get dropped a little early, though, based on how fast the system's going to move out as we head into the day tomorrow. So more than likely, this ice storm warning, the winter storm warning, might get canceled a little bit early as we head into Sunday. Still no changes with our ice total forecast. I'm still thinking about a half an inch to an inch of ice for most of the area, and that is still going to cause some big problems with power outages and very, very difficult travel conditions, and that's your ice accumulation through midday Sunday. In addition to that, we could see about 1 to 2 inches of snow and sleet, and some of you have already seen that today. So again, kind of a mix of sleet and freezing rain going forward as we head through midday on Sunday. And then behind all that, in addition to all that, I should say, we got some extreme cold. We got an extreme cold warning that goes into effect 6 p.m. Sunday through noon on Tuesday. Check out the overnight lows for tonight, plummeting into the low 20s and even some teens to the north. Wind chills across the area will be in the teens. And then as we head into tomorrow night, it gets even colder. Look at these overnight temperatures, low to mid-teens for most of us, and even some single digits up there in Arkansas and portions of Oklahoma. And when you look at that wind chill forecast, it's going to be brutal here. We're talking wind chills potentially below zero as we head into early Monday morning, so get ready for that. Here's a look at that 7-day forecast for you. We keep that first alert weather day through tomorrow and through Monday. Even though Monday we're not going to have any mixed precip, it's going to be sunny on Monday, but the reason we still have a first alert weather day is because of the very icy conditions around in the morning especially. It gets very cold again Monday night, so we're going to refreeze again. Good news though, heading into the rest of the week, we're going to start to melt some of this away. 41 on Tuesday, and we could be back up around 50 by Thursday.